Hi folks, we're here on a cold winter day in New Jersey. It's 24 degrees outside. We're here in the shop. It's heated, but it's still pretty cold in here. We're here with the brand new Mini 125 machine. We've been talking about it for a while. Here it is. It's new, it's different. It gives you a choice between the 100 machine and the existing 125 machine. So in other videos, we're going to talk about the exact differences of the machine and the specs of the machine. Here's the existing 125, the 135 machine. So with the bigger tanks, the bike handles on the back. So there is a difference in stature. This machine, we're calling it Mini because it is mini. It has a smaller boiler than the regular 125 machine. We're 10 PSI less. This machine is set for 135. This machine is going to be set for 125, but we do have chemical injection. So when I call it the mini machine, it truly is the mini machine. But what we're going to do is that for those of you that can't or will not spend the added money on the 125 machine or even the 155 machine in 240 volt, which are the better choices for exterior use, this is why we're introducing this machine at a much lower price point. Now, I've always advertised that the 100 machine, which is non-chemical injection, cannot do the outside of a car. Now, some guys force the 100 machine to do the outside of the car. They get by in warmer climates where the cars don't get so dirty. But this is the first time that we're doing an intermediate machine with chemical injection. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Mini 125 machine, and we're going to clean this half of this very disgustingly dirty car and see how we do. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a miracle worker, and I'm not saying we're going to do it in lightning speed, but we're going to be able to do it better than if we chose the 100 machine to do it. And you're going to be able to buy a cheaper machine and still have the advantage of chemical injection, where before it was either you purchase the 100 machine, which is steam only, great machine, that's our top seller, or you'd have to step up to the 125 machine, which is much bigger and poses other problems as far as stature, the size of the tanks, the size of the machine, the weight of the machine. I've always told people that this machine is not a homeowner's machine. It can't be used to be taken up and down the stairs of a home, where this machine, not super light, but it still can be taken up and down stairs if you choose to, if I carry it the right way, which I clearly did not there. So this machine is going to operate the same way as the conventional 125 machine. It's going to be a little bit slower, going to be a little bit more challenging to do a salty car, but let's get on and do this salty car and see how we do. Okay, folks, we're here with the new Mini 125 machine. It's all ready to go. Salty car, winter day in New Jersey. Can't do this job outside. Don't have running water. It would freeze on contact. So I'm gonna have to do this panel by panel. We can't race down the side of the car. The machine's just not gonna have quite the power of the regular 125 machine or the 155 machine in 240 voltage. But I know you wanna see what this machine can do, because at the price point with chemical injection, I think this could be a good machine for a lot of people. So here we go. I want to blow the cracks and crevices out with steam only to begin with. I like to get the salt out of the cracks and crevices. I want to get some of the salt off the glass. I'm going to work my way from top down, back panel, middle panel, front door, fender. That's the way I'm going to work this. I'm going to do the wheels last. As I get to the crustier, saltier parts of the car, it's going to take me a little bit longer. The machine is going to drop pressure, but I'm never going to be at a point where I'm without steam. So I'm going to work it to where when I feel that the machine needs to regenerate its pressure, I'm going to put the gun down, wipe things up, and we'll go as we need to. Here we go. Okay, that's just steam only. I want it to blow out the cracks and crevices with steam only. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to injection. So even in the short time that I've taken my finger off the trigger, the machine is regenerating pressure. It's probably not going to get back to full pressure, but I'm going to go to chemical injection. I'm going to do a little bit of back glass. I'm going to do this glass. I'm going to do the top part of the rear door, the top part of the quarter panel. I'll come back and we got to do these lower panels later because they're really crusty. So I want chemical injection. I have my knob set to where I don't want the chemical flowing out completely. Now, if you notice, we use lower capacity tanks on the Mini 125 machine. We're using the 2-liter tanks instead of the 5-liter tanks. But even this one filled with optimum no rinse should be enough to do the entire car. And even if it's not, you can easily refill it. So now I'm going to go to chemical injection. The pump needs to fill the gun. So this is cleaner and injection. Or if you just want to spray it on the car and see what it looks like coming out as a spray mist. But remember, whenever we're using a horsehair brush and a clean horsehair brush. So I'm not worried about scratching the paint with the clean horsehair and the optimum no rinse. We get better scrubbing, better cleaning that way. But if you want to do it this way, back button is my chemical injection, is going to be a delay. It's going to mix with clean and steam. If you want to do it this way and wipe, that's okay. My preferred way is to scrub. Back to chemical injection just to show you what it looks like. And this is very little cleaner coming out. So look at that. Now, if you look at my competitor's video, the way they show cleaning the car with steam with such a powerful machine, I actually don't love that technique. So I don't love the technique that they're using. I mean, everybody has their own opinion on certain techniques. But when you look at the way this machine performs and the way we can use the chemical injection, I think we can do it a lot quicker this way. So my machine, this machine is much smaller. It's smaller than the 125, but if you've just seen the way the chemical comes out and the amount of steam that we're producing on such a small machine, I'm pretty impressed. My machine, I helped develop it, but I'm pretty impressed with it. Now we're going to go to the bottom. I want to go chemical injection. Back to injection. That was just steam. I'm also trying to work on the tar at the bottom as well. Might as well do the wheels while we're at it. And here we go, wait for the chemical. Now we'll let the machine regenerate its pressure. I'm going to take my cleaning towel. I'm going to stay away from the tires and the wheels with this towel. Let me do this left-handed so Brian can get me in the shot. Constantly changing sides of the towel. Coming back this way, making sure our molding is clean and there's no salt in this molding. The bottom of the car looks pretty clean. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna let the wheel sit. Now we'll move on to the front door. I got towels ready to go up on the roof. Gonna move the machine just a little bit. Now we're using the same length hose, still a 12-foot hose. 12-foot hose on the bigger 125 machine, 12-foot hose on the mini 125 machine. Again, notice I showed this in the other video with the 125 machine. We are not going to shatter glass. No matter what I do, I'm not going to shatter the windshield. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to shatter the side glass either. Want to give it a little chance to recover while I wipe down the glass and the top part of the car. As you can see, I left the steam on the windshield and the side glass for a very long period of time. It's a good way to get the glass clean, and I'm certainly not going to shatter it. So I'm not going to shatter the glass. This towel is getting pretty wet, so this is going to become my wheel wipe-up towel and the bottom panel wipe-up towel. I go to another towel just to quickly wipe down this glass. Now this is all preliminary cleaning. You're gonna come back and do the windows. You might clay everything. You might buff this car. You might spray wax this car. So now as the machine has regained most of its pressure, I'm not even looking at the gauge. I don't care what the gauge says. I know I'm ready to go. I'm gonna go chemical. So I want chemical. There we go. Oh, I got the wrong button. Put that down, let the machine recover. I'm gonna go back to my wet towel. I'm gonna wipe the bottom of the door panel below the molding. I'm gonna go to my back wheel and wipe that down. So we have a nice clean wheel and tire. I can wipe a little bit in the wheel well. Now I'm ready to move on to the fender and the front wheel. Now we still haven't recovered full pressure. Let me wipe the top part of the door panel down, the front door. So there's always something to do. If you feel the machine needs to regain more pressure, keep wiping. Or prep. Spray your wheel cleaner on the wheels. So I'm not really being slowed down by anything. Now I'm ready to go back to steam. Now look at this area here. This area has a lot of crusty salt in here, so we're definitely going to need chemical injection. And maybe even another brush. Let me grab another brush. So if I grab another brush, this is my wet towel now. So now that salt that was down in this area is pretty much gone and dissolved. And that's where steam does such a great job on a car, because once you get to dirty, salty floor mats this time of year, carpet extractors don't do a great job on salty mats. Steam and your triangle brush or one of your black brushes does a much better job on salty floor mats. I'm going to do half the hood and I'm going to do the fender and the wheel to finish up this side of the car. I'll go back to chemical injection. And we'll do the wheel. I just need a little bit more cleaner coming out of the gun. Let that kind of run off on its own. I'm going to clean the top part of the hood. Clean up the fender. My crappy towel, it goes back to the wheel. I'm going to discard that. So now this side of the car is basically completed. I'd be ready to move on. So I think we did a pretty good job. Now you're going to get a little bit of salty residue there. So if I got to go back and do it again, I can just request a little bit more chemical injection just to get rid of that. I don't want to be wiping dried salt on the car. And again, this is optimum no rinse in the chemical injection tank. Let's go to another clean one. So we're pretty much done. As far as cleanliness goes, sounds clean. So anything that's still wet, you can quickly wipe up. If you need to come clay the car, you can clay the car. If you want to spray wax the car, you can spray wax the car. But what we just did with the mini 125 machine, this is a mini machine. So it's basically, it's a smaller boiler than the 125, a little bit less pressure, smaller body, just as easy to work on. But now we've given you the option of a chemical injection machine that's priced in between the 100 and the 125, and look at what we can do. So this is quickly becoming my favorite machine. I hope it becomes your favorite machine. We'll see you in other videos with the Mini 125. Okay folks, as we're just playing around with this car, cleaning the dirty, salty car on a New Jersey winter day where it's 24 degrees outside, the only thing I realized we didn't do is the trunk area. So this obviously gets all kicked up from salt on the road, so let's make quick work of this. The Mini 125 is all ready to go. I'm going to request some chemical injection. I got my towels ready to go. This I can do pretty much non-stop. So what I do want to do is I do want to use steam only for the emblem, the seams of the taillights around the emblems over here. Then we'll go back to chemical injection, so this is steam only. Now I want chemical, back button for chemical. Now I'm just playing around. Now I'm just showing off. Look at what we get for such a little machine. Now my pressure is down pretty well right now, but we still have a bunch of steam coming out, and that's just based on the design of the machine, the way we've designed the boiler, the way we've designed the solenoid to allow steam to come out at a certain rate. So again, don't fall in love with looking at your gauge. Don't worry about what you might see as a pressure drop. Just look at the performance. We all know time is money. And steam sometimes is not the preferred way of washing a car. But on a 24-degree day in New Jersey, when nobody wants to be outside, if you're forced to be outside, you can still get the job done. There we go. We're looking for salt in cracks and crevices. I think we're pretty good. No salt around the taillight. Very salty car is now very pretty, very clean.
Welcome to the steam revolution. Steam cleaning got me feeling like I'm Willie Beeman. If it's not a cheap steamer, then it's not a steam cleaner. Smooth precision on every surface, keep it pristine. Trust the name that leads the game, make more money and expand your team.